I said it. I said it. I said it. What up, everybody? Welcome back to I Said It, the podcast for all things sports. I'm your host, Chris, and today I'm joined by video and camera, my man Blair.
Hey, how's it going?
All right. But what we were talking about right before we came on air was when it comes to the Western Conference Finals, it's going to be LA versus LA, and then it's going to be whatever. I feel, just me, I just feel like if Anthony Davis is assertive and doesn't need LeBron to force feed him the ball to get his off, just let the game come to him, they're going to beat him. But if LeBron has to force feed AD in order for him to be aggressive, it's going to be a long day at the office. But I feel like
the problem is how does he do that? Like, tell me how if he doesn't force feed AD, who else is balling? I like Kuzma. Kuzma's from the house. But other than that, like,
because I feel like this is why I feel like that. I feel like not the first game, right? I feel like LeBron should just get his off or at least start off aggressive. You know what I mean? Start off the very first game aggressive. Then when he's aggressive, then he could be like, all right, AD, you really need to get yours. Go ahead. They ain't got nobody to stop you. Go ahead and get it.
But that's not been the setup. Like that hasn't been the setup all season. The setup is AD 1, LeBron 2. LeBron runs the show, but AD does all of the legwork. That's what it's supposed to be. He's supposed to be the young legs to do the heavy lifting, and LeBron kind of just manages the game. It's really what it's supposed to be.
But let's be real. You know this to be true. When the playoffs start, LeBron James is a totally different player from the regular season. He's going to be like, all right, it's time.
Not all the time.
First on this. That is blasphemous. That is blasphemous.
All the time.
But that's okay. All right. So, but that's why he expect AD to be the man. That's what this whole season has been to push AD to be the man in the playoffs. That's all this season has been for. They doing all that. He doing everything he got. Without this 4-month rest, do you really think he could play an entire season at that level? He got tired in the playoffs every year. Every single year. You saw it every year.
Speaking to the mic so I could be very clear when I say this.
Every year. Oh, my goodness. Here we go.
He is LeBron James, sir. His name is LeBron James. The chosen one. The one that is the greatest basketball player to ever lace up some shoes.
Oh, here we go. No,
I don't care. I don't give a damn how you feel about it. That's how I feel. That's what it is.
Okay, whatever you say, boss.
And in the playoffs, all his numbers always goes up. If he's averaging 27 in the playoffs, he's going to average 29 and 30. If he's averaging 6 assists during the season, in the playoffs, he's going to average 7. This year, he's going to average around the same amount of assists, which would be 10 assists a game. He leads the league, by the way, throughout the entire season in assists, league leader, first time in his career. Google it, because he's the greatest I've ever seen all-around player, and it's not even close.
How many years has he been in the league?
LeBron James has been in the league for 17 years.
How many years?
17 years.
17? Okay. How many championships does LeBron have?
Thrice.
Okay, how many MVPs did they give him? Because they seemed to fall in love with him at one point, so I know he got at least, 5? He got like 5 of them joints.
Yeah, 4. Jordan has 5.
You sure?
Yeah, he has 4. He got robbed of multiples of them, let's be real. Okay. But he has 4.
So did Jordan. So nobody wants.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. He has 4. LeBron has 4. Jordan has 5. Kareem has 6. When the facts come out, you can't just be saying Jordan is the greatest. I'm just saying.
And how many scoring championships? We are also away. Somehow people just omit Kobe. Like Kobe was not a baller. So we are already 3 championships separated. So we got an MVP difference. How many scoring titles has LeBron ever gotten? Huh? Any scoring titles he got 1. One scoring title. How many all NBA? I don't know. All NBA players of the year, defensive player of the year has LeBron got?
All NBA, he has more than
Don't
anyone.
You put up 10.
He got more. All NBA, he has. He's been in the league for 17 years. I think he has 15 selections now. So that was only 2 years that he did not be first team All NBA.
15 All NBA. Okay.
First team All NBA.
Okay.
That's more than Michael Jordan. The only person that has more than him is tied with him is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who is very arguably the greatest basketball player of all time. I know my stats, sir. I know who the greatest of all time is.
Who played like 20-something years, bro. Okay, so
Correct.
LeBron will get that for the 20-year thing because he has more time in the league. All right. All defensive player of the year. You ever won defensive player of the year?
He has not won defensive player of the year.
Did you know all the stats? Has he ever won that like once?
No.
Okay.
No, we're going to get into it. Since you want to get into it,
okay.
We're going to talk about it here, sir. The very the time that he won the MVP when he was in Miami, they gave him the MVP trophy. They said he should win the defensive player of the year. They gave it to Marc Gasol. Marc Gasol wasn't even on the first team all defensive team, but yet they gave him defensive player of the year.
That doesn't
make sense to you? Exactly.
I gotta look that up. I don't believe it.
It's the truth.
So you're saying he got robbed? So he got robbed.
I'll show you. Yes, he got robbed. Yes, he got robbed.
Please.
Yes, he got robbed. I know for a fact because I remember. I wasn't even I wasn't even a Heat fan because I was mad because he left Cleveland. But I was still rooting for LeBron. I ain't gonna lie. LeBron,
right? Is he
still
from
rooting
Ohio?
For LeBron because he's from Ohio. I'm an Ohio kid. But the facts is the facts, sir. The facts is he got robbed. He should have won Defensive Player of the Year and MVP the same way Jordan did. But they gave it to Marc Gasol because LeBron can't win everything. Bullshit. Get that man his flowers, bro. Get that man his due. Give him his award. Let him go up there and get what he's supposed to get. He was out here chasing. He was out here doing chase blocks on point guards. He was doing chase blocks on centers.
I don't know about that one, man. I think you just that's the LeBron in you. That's the LeBron fan in you. Yeah, man. I don't. And you saying this year that year he won, he didn't. He wasn't.
Yes. So in 2013, it's on his Wikipedia page, sir. We're about to do the fact check here. We're fact checking me. In 2013, Marc Gasol won Defensive Player of the Year and All Defensive Second Team in 2013. Let's see if we can go right there. It's right there, sir. It's there for you to read yourself. NBA Defensive Player of the Year 2013. NBA All Defensive Second Team. That's an S there. Second team, same year, 2013. LeBron finished second, which you just read. How in the fuck, in God's green earth, did that man win the Defensive Player of the Year and he didn't even make first team all defense?
That's just who got picked, bro.
So
Who's in his division? Who's in his division? He's in the East. Who was in the East that year?
Who in the East now? So LeBron the MVP then?
Was that why? He ain't in the East. He in the West.
Exactly. So
Toronto's in the East.
You just said? Oh, who's he playing against? Who is he playing against right now, sir? He playing in the West. The side that they said he couldn't go down and dominate, he couldn't go over to the West and dominate. So he went to the West and dominated. Everybody left except for Kawhi because Kawhi came to the West with LeBron. LeBron showed you that I'm still LeBron, and then everybody else decided.
Dude, those teams in the West aren't the same teams that they were talking about. First and foremost, and that's why they lost to Golden State. Okay.
Who in the East is better than the Portland Trailblazers right now? How many teams? Who's going to be the AC, by the way? How many teams? Two teams.
Two, I think. Because the East is always terrible except for the top. It's always been bad except for the top, like 2 or 3 teams.
How come nobody was talking about that when Jordan was in the East winning all those championships?
Because it wasn't like that when Jordan was in the East winning all those
it wasn't? Who was the second best team when he was winning those championships?
Which years are you talking about? Because in the East, it was Detroit, it was New York, it was Indiana, it was Miami did not suck. Charlotte was okay for a couple of years. Please don't make it seem like those Eastern Conference teams in the 90s were garbage, bruh. Boston.
I got you.
You gotta add Boston.
I got you. How many of them had Hall of Famers? More than one. Go.
How many what?
How many of those Eastern Conference teams that you said that were so great had more than one Hall of Famer on that basketball team?
2, at least. Boston and Detroit.
Who had how many? Who was the Hall of Famers? Name them.
From who? It should be no less than Isaiah and Joe Dumars, bro.
I'm talking about from 1990. Oh my
We talking about the 90s, bro? Are we talking about? So we just gonna omit that he played in the 80s too.
He didn't win nothing in the 80s.
Okay, so we just gonna talk about when he was winning. So during the time, time out, bro. So if you're telling me during the time we talking about he was winning, you're saying the East was trash.
The East
and that they didn't because they didn't have more than one Hall of Famer on the team.
The East isn't what everybody was trying to make it out to be, is what I'm trying to say. The Knicks, yes, the Knicks was trash. All they had was Patrick Ewing. They had nobody else.
The Knicks were not trash, bro. What are you talking about? How did they bump into the Knicks for like 3 years in a row if the Knicks was garbage?
Because everybody else was no good, man.
Oh my goodness, man. That is just no.
They were not that great.
So you said all the talent. So wait, time out, bro. All the talent that you know of was in the West during the 90s? Are you serious?
Do you really want to do this? Do you really want to do this?
Oh,
do you really want to go roster for roster here?
I can't believe you're doing that, bro. You're really saying the West was better during Jordan's time?
Yes.
Okay.
It's not a hard thing to know. Yes, the Knicks didn't have that great of a team. They had Patrick Ewing.
They did have a nice team. Indiana had a nice team.
If Patrick Ewing had a nasty guard, they would have beat the Bulls. Let's be real.
You sure?
I'm positive.
John Starks was a monster, man.
He was not a monster.
I love John Starks, bro.
John Starks is not, first of all, not a – you can love John Starks all you want. John Starks, you ain't going to take John Starks over nobody playing guard in the league right now. That's starting.
Maybe it depends. I like John. I think they had Patrick Ewing. Patrick Ewing's a Hall of Famer. Alonzo Mourning's a Hall of Famer. That would be Bird and whoever those tall dudes were over there. Barkley's a Hall of Famer, and Reggie Miller's a Hall of Famer. I'm trying to think of what all the teams on the East.
All these teams had just those players. Go. I'm saying that's exhausting.
No, they did not, bro. And that's what's funny to me. Oh, for the first few years, there was Shaq. Shaq was there.
The only team that Jordan beat that was decent, that was nice, that was nasty, was Shaq's team that beat him first. Then he came back and then beat him back when he got robbed. And so therefore he had 3 Hall of Famers against 1. Because Penny's still not in the Hall of Fame. Why? I don't know. Penny is a Hall of Famer. That boy's beast. But all I'm saying is the truth.
Career wasn't long enough.
Career wasn't long enough. Hey, truth is the truth. You're right. But he still was a beast. But all I'm saying is that's the only team he really beat.
Yeah, he was the man.
You can say was nasty. And then after that, Shaq was like, I'm going to the West because I want to make movies. Whatever. But all I'm saying is he didn't run up to any teams that were just like beastie teams. There were teams that had heart, and they weren't afraid of Jordan, but they still was up there acting like they was afraid of him. Let's be real. Come on now. Reggie Miller wasn't scared. Reggie Miller was still dropping it in his face.
Dude, no matter what you say is Jordan didn't lose, bro. He didn't lose. So even if you say the West was better, did he not beat the – no, he didn't. And did he not beat the West every time? Like, it's not like they even took him to 7. So whoever came out of that West should have been 2 to 3 times, according to you, better than the Bulls, and they still got dusted. So was Jordan the equalizer? Jordan the equalizer.
You know what? You're right.
I'm confused, bro.
Those teams in the rest that he was beating
here we go.
Amazing. The Portland Trailblazers.
That's what you're saying.
Great team. Who else?
Clyde Drexler and Terry Porter. That was a good team, bro. Don't do it. I'm sorry. He beat the Lakers. Did he not beat the Lakers with Magic? Come on, man. He beat Clyde. He beat Magic.
He beat Magic after he was 85 years old. He was 85 years old at that time. He's 85. He was 85.
11 years now, he's 85. 11 years in the 80s is 85 now. Is that it, bro?
So let's go over the teams that you say was so great that Jordan beat was so great, right? We already know. I ain't even got to look at it. We already know the Knicks only had 1 All-Star on a consistent basis. That's a Hall of Famer, and that's Patrick Ewing. And he can't do everything by himself. He's not LeBron James. Then you had the Pacers. The Pacers had a very, very good team, in my
But they
opinion.
had Anthony Mason and Charles Oakley.
Are either of those guys in the
They
Hall
were
of
all
Fame, man?
stars. Anthony
Are
Mason and Charles Oakley.
Anthony Mason
I
and Charles,
believe
are
Oakley
they
might be.
Hall of
Is Oakley in the
Famers?
Hall of Fame?
Are they Hall of Famers? Hell
Is
no.
Oakley a Hall of Famer?
No.
I think so. You sure?
I'm positive.
Okay.
They only had one Hall
Okay.
of Famer, is what I'm saying. So if we're up here,
Okay.
we're going to be judging it honestly for his era. Jordan is the greatest of his era. Yes. You really, to be honest with you, already did this subject by myself. But if you want to go there, we can go over there. And I can tell you why I feel like LeBron is the greatest of all time.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion. All I'm saying is Jordan played against.
That's all it ever is.
But my thing is, Jordan always had the better team, though. Always. From the time he won the first championship on, he never was undermatched. LeBron has always have been and always probably will be undermanned in all of the teams that he's had that he's going against. So he's never been the favorite, and all the finals wins that he has always been not as the favorite. Oklahoma City, when he played against Kevin Durant for the first time, they were favored in that game, not the Heat. So everybody has to understand and look at it in a realistic format. Jordan was always the favorite in every game. Not because Jordan was so great, it was because his team was better. Jordan played with another Hall of Famer. Then when he played against a team that was at least equal at the time with him and Pippen, they had Shaq and they had Penny, and they beat him. Then they came back and they got Rodman because he knew, I can't beat Shaq without somebody that can rebound the ball. We've seen this in the Jordan documentary you brought up. He knew, I cannot beat him if I don't rebound the ball with somebody. And I can't do that and score.
You need a good power forward.
Exactly. So they got Rodman.
You
So
need
now
a good
they have
power forward.
Right. Now they have 3 Hall of Famers against 2. Right. So then they beat him and they never lost
Dennis
again.
Rodman, Dennis Rodman played defense, bro. He did his job. What was Horace Grant? Horace Grant did his job. They had people that did their jobs just because some of them excelled and some of them did not. Pippen was the man. He just turned out to be the man. Horace Grant's not in the Hall of Fame, is he? No.
No. But you're making my point for me, sir.
But they still won. What I'm saying, they still won 3. What's the point? When did Pippen turn into a Hall of Famer? Tell me when Pippen became a Hall of Famer to you.
To me?
Like, what year did Pip just be like, oh, Pip is head and shoulders above the league? When did that happen?
When Jordan quit. When Jordan quit the first time and he said, I'll retire, and Pip took the team almost to the conference finals.
But they already won 3 at that point. So if by your rationale, if Pip was not Hall of Fame material at that point,
because
how are the teams better?
Listen, so at that time, for me, you can't become a Hall of Famer just because you had 1, 2, or 3 good years, right? And you have to prove what you can do individually without another person. So I don't know. I didn't have the proof that he's a Hall of Famer until Jordan stepped away. When Jordan stepped away and it was just Pippen and they still won the same amount of games except for like 2 or 3, you the man. And then when Jordan comes back and adds to what Pippen learned by himself, who gonna beat that? Shaq and Penny. But then Jordan like, look, we can't beat him. We need somebody else. Bring in Rodman. Rodman comes in and he negates a lot of the rebounds that Shaq was getting, a lot of the, trying to frustrate Shaq, all that bull stuff, crap that Rodman used to do. But all I'm saying is that's when he became unbeatable again. So he already knew he was playing with somebody who can ball out. And then they added Ron Harper on top of that. Because Ron Harper was a beast. Don't get it
by
twisted.
The time they got Ron Harper, he had already blew his knee out, though. That wasn't
Correct.
The same Ron
So
Harper.
he's not the same Ron Harper.
That everybody was like the man.
Correct. But he's not the same Ron Harper, but he can still do certain things. And they put him at point guard, bro. So your point guard is 6'6", your shooting guard is 6'6", your small forward is 6'8". Your power forward is 6'10", your center is 7 foot. All he needed to be was Luke Longley. All he had to do was be tall.
Yeah, that's all you needed to be on that.
You winning.
Bro, they played against Stockton and Malone, sir, twice. Does that not count? They're both Hall of Famers, and they had 2 of them.
Yes, and Jordan had 3.
Oh no! And what's the other one? Jeff Hornacek. I'm sorry, they did have 3, buddy.
Jeff Hornacek is not a Hall of Famer.
Yes, he is. Jeff Hornacek is in the Hall of Fame.
Why must they challenge the great Christopher? I don't understand.
You are correct. Oh, maybe he ain't in there.
Oh, because he was a role player. God damn it! I keep trying to tell you, he always had the better
2019.
team.
Oh no, I don't believe that, man. I think he was in the Hall of
You
Fame.
cannot listen. I'm not trying to take away from Jordan's greatness. I'm trying to add realism to what his greatness was. His greatness was, I don't give a fuck about who's on the court. I'm going to try to dominate, period. And I'm going to show you why I'm better than you. I'm better than your superstar. And it started with Clyde Drexler, right?
Mm-hmm.
He didn't do that with Magic because he couldn't fuck with Magic. Let's be real, because Magic was lighting his ass up and had to put Pippen on him. That's what it is. That's the truth. Now, if some shit like that happened to LeBron, people be like, man, he ain't better. Like if they played against the Bucks this finals coming up. Let's say LeBron goes up in the finals against Giannis, right? And he's getting his ass handed to him in the first game. And then so they switch AD on him, and then they end up winning. People are going to be like, Giannis was giving him the business. That's all people going to talk about, right? He shouldn't get – even if LeBron get the MVP, all they're going to talk about is how Giannis was giving him the business. But
dude,
we don't talk about that. Magic Johnson is big.
3. I was about to say he's 3 inches taller than Michael Jordan, bro.
Thank you.
What is he supposed to do with that? He's 3 inches taller than him.
Thank you. All I'm saying is, okay, people make it like, well, he's just the greatest of all time. Like Magic, but when you say he beat Magic, no. The Bulls beat the Lakers.
Dude, every team works like that. Every championship, you can't say that.
Exactly.
When they say Magic, when they say Jordan beat Magic, they're talking about the faces of the team. Correct. They're not going to say every person on the team. Correct. Jordan beat Magic, bro. I don't understand. What are we missing?
Correct.
And because Hornacek is a Hall of Fame candidate, I want you to know that. He is on the thing. When he gets voted in, bro, you're going to be like, this ain't right, man. He wasn't no Hall of Fame dude. That's going to put 3 on their team. I'm just saying, bro.
Everybody's on the ballot at some point.
Oh, everybody is not. I like that one. Everybody is not on the ballot at some point.
Anthony Mason's on the ballot.
Okay, bro. All right, bro. I hear you.
Put it like that. If Jeff Hornacek is a Hall of Famer, God damn it, do you know how many people need to be in the Hall of Fame?
Who?
Every damn body.
That's not true. You're not gonna put him in the everybody category, bro.
If Jeff Hornacek a Hall of Famer, Jeff Hornacek is a Hall of Famer, everybody.
I don't know what it's required for you to be picked.
You got to be.
You got 218 players on there, and you just got to be out the league for 3 years.
Correct. And you had to be a baller. Wait a minute. Is Vince Carter a Hall of Famer in your book, right? See, if you're doing that and you're talking about Jeff Hornacek as a fucking Hall of Famer, you need to stop and slap yourself.
You know what, bro? Just because I put thought into things. Jeff Hornacek, I know his name. I thought he was a Hall of Famer. He was on the team. You act like you could remember it. He was on the fucking team, too. But, see, and you funny for that, Jake, because I would probably be like, I don't know. Vince is a question mark to me, man. He was never that dude.
See, but that's what I'm saying. What I'm trying to do is try to add some realism to the conversation. You have to be.
Oh my goodness!
Because we're not realistic when we're talking. The reason why I get mad is not because people are not saying that LeBron's not the greatest ever. I get mad because people go because I'm a Bulls fan. God damn it! The reason why I started watching basketball is because of Michael Jordan.
Right.
I'm not gonna sit up here and try to downgrade Michael Jordan because LeBron is balling and he's from Ohio. You know how long it took me to get to that point? I'm like, man, nah, he ain't. Nah, he a bad boy though. He might get there. Till one day I woke up and I saw that nigga playing. And I was just like, you know what? God damn it, I can't say it no more.
He's better than Jordan to you.
He's better. Like, cause he was just like when he beat Detroit the first time. was the first time I was like, oh my God, I ain't never seen nothing like that. Then I'm like, but he on his way. He on his way. Then I seen him have a game against the Bucks where this nigga was doing some amazing shit, like the run that Dame Lillard is on right now. LeBron was coming up shooting threes from the damn logo, like boom, boom, hit like 7 of them in a row. He was unconscious. I was like, okay. And then when he got to the point to where he's in the finals, and you're just like, and you look around and your point guard is Jeff McGinnis and Boobie Gibson? Like, who are these people? I know who they are. They're the Jeff Hornaceks of their teams. That's who they are.
Okay.
But
I don't know, bro, because I'm always based on the finished result. I can see what you're talking about. I get all that.
Yes.
I'm always talking about the end. Yeah, he got a few more years, but he ain't running off 3 rings nowhere.
But what if he does?
He's not, bro. I'm not even entertaining that what if. That's not a what if. He's not doing it.
But Blair.
Yeah.
What if he does?
He's not. It's not happening, bro.
But what if but it's a possibility though, right?
Anything's a possibility until it doesn't happen.
But see, look,
he ain't doing it.
This is
come on, man.
This is
three, bro.
Hold on now. Hold the fucking phone, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Championships is a team award. It's not an individual award, correct?
Yep. Okay.
So you have to have a great team to be able to win a championship. Is that correct?
Good team, but yeah.
This whole conversation is to get people out there, which is you and everybody else, to be more realistic about how you view Michael Jordan, how you view Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, how do you view Wilt Chamberlain, how you view LeBron James. These are individual players that are great in their own right. But I appreciate you guys for joining me. I'll see y'all next time. Holla at you.
Thanks, man. Have a good one.